So and welcome back to my channel. We are back in The Sims 2. We are going to have a little bit of a Sims 2 spree here for a little bit. I got real excited to play The Sims 2 over Father's Day weekend, so for a couple Saturdays now you're going to have Sims 2 videos. Because that's what I was doing. And I sped up the footage here because I didn't want to spend forever and create a sim. But we're bringing back a fan favorite on this channel. Diana and Dorothy. Our girls are already married. We started them as spouses. And we're not really doing a rags to riches. It's kind of rags to riches. You're going to see. I bought them a really big plot of land in a world that I made called Crystal Springs. So we're starting a Sims 2 neighborhood series called Crystal Springs, where all the families that I play in there will be my own families. And we'll see how long I stick with this. Probably won't be that long, but who knows. I was really actually enjoying this. I was playing Sims 4 in my spare time, and I want to play my main save, but I can't really because it lags every morning at 6 a.m. for like 5 in real life minutes, and it is tedious and annoying. So, until EA pulls their head out of their butt and fixes The Sims 4, I guess I'm playing The Sims 2. I've also been considering putting The Sims 3 on my computer since I have a solid state drive I could put it on now. I'd have the space. Because I kind of want to go back to The Sims 3 as well. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Wouldn't necessarily have to do that for the channel, but you know me, I don't play games if I'm not going to make content with it. We will return to Survival Saturdays eventually, but for a little while you're going to get some Sims videos. Because I wanted to play something that's... Simulator games are more my speed. Survival games are nerve-wracking. I don't know how to fix the UI in this, like what setting I need it to be on so that I can actually see their faces and things when I'm in Create a Sim, because it really cuts them off. They didn't optimize this well enough for modern PCs. I mean, hey, it works. I'm just glad to be able to play at all. And it wouldn't let me remove jewelry once I put it on the everyday, so I took it off altogether. There are some things with The Sims 2 that, even though it got remastered, they don't work. It's an old game. I didn't expect a lot. It's EA. Like, don't buy anything from EA. So you have a little bit of CAS here at the start, and then you're also going to get a little bit of build. But there's not a lot, because there's not much I can afford. I can't build much. And I turned off the music, so there will be no... I won't have to deal with copyright issues, so there's no music at all. It's weird playing The Sims 2 without any background music. But I turned up the ambient sounds, so you get all the weather noises, which is nice, and it allows you to have some kind of soundtrack in the background. So I decided they would start off as spouses. So Diana and Dorothy are back. Got a bunch of large plots of land, and the thing is, I've learned since this, starting out on a lot that's cost you 18,500 eats into a lot of your funds. It means that you don't have much left to build a house with, which is what you will see with Diana and Dorothy here, is that they start with a very humble home. And that's the one thing that I like about The Sims 2, is that there is challenge with this game, and since money can only really be made from work, you have to have a good paying job. This game is much more challenging than 4. But there's things about 4 I really like, because you can be very self-employed. And That's fun, but I like a difficulty setting in a game. Like, there needs to be some difficulty, or why am I doing it? So we're gonna build them a very humble little home. I got a little ambitious at the start, and I overbuilt what I could afford, and we had to downsize, as I realized we did not have the funds for what I wanted, and that we were gonna have to work and make money in order to get to where I wanted to go. It's been years since I really played this game seriously. I used to be able to build starter homes, no problem, but also I built on very small lots. I didn't use the big lot all the time. I've been playing The Sims 4 for so long, and all the lots in that game are too small. So I always want my Sims to later on move to bigger lots, and there's just not enough large lots in The Sims 4 for my families to move to or to start on. Because all of my families in the 4, like, they grow, they expand a lot, and I end up having a lot of kids. So I need the space and I need the room for the starter home to grow with them. Sims 2, you have the option of doing that, but when you do that, the largest lot costs 18,500, so you're gonna be struggling because you can't build a very big house. You gotta start small. And thankfully it's just 2 of them, so they kind of basically live in a little studio here for a bit at the start. And since I turned off all the music, I can be in build mode and buy mode without... Yeah, they're gonna start with the wall shower that everybody kind of has to start that way. There's just no money for fancy appliances. But thankfully, Rod Humble brings everybody a free computer. That is a boon and very necessary. I don't think I even paint the walls or anything at the very start of this, if I remember right. I wanted to get the Murphy bed to begin with, but that's a little pricey. So I start with it, but that doesn't end up being what we stick with. Honestly, I probably should have started them in an apartment, but I didn't want to do apartment living with them. I want them to have a house. I want it to grow with them. Needed to get an easel, though, because Diana has to paint. That's largely what Diana does. They both end up getting jobs because we kind of have to. I mean, and Dorothy's writing novels. That's the other thing I'm doing more of this time around. Like, back when I used to play The Sims 2 all the time, I see I'm downsizing already because I've realized, no, we can't afford this. This is too much. We gotta get smaller. I never... Like, I had writers in The Sims 2, but, writing in this game is a real challenge because it doesn't give you fun. That's the one thing that I like about The Sims 4, is that with the introduction of likes and dislikes, Sims can like certain skills, and that gives them fun. And that's a thing I wish this game had, but it doesn't. So, you have to sacrifice their needs to spend time writing a novel, which will make you a significant amount of extra income. But painting is really it's pretty OP here in The Sims 2 as it is in The Sims 4. Like... And then I start off as well with this with a mini fridge, and then I remember from previous videos I did that you can't store leftovers in the mini fridge. So the mini fridge isn't worth it if you're trying to save money, because you can't save your leftovers. Saving the leftovers is more beneficial than anything. I really want to play Paralives the reason I'm playing this is that because I really want to play Paralives, but also I don't really want to play it right now in alpha. After everything we've been through with Sims 4, I can't bring myself to support a game that's in early access. Like, I want it to be successful, and it seems like it has been successful so far, which is good, and I'm happy about. But, like, It's pretty buggy. It's not great. So, uh, that's why I'm not playing it yet, but I was watching a Whiny Bird video yesterday, and she played with a teen para, and what I think is cool is that teens in that game actually have different classes. You have to study for different subjects. Pardon me. And you have grades for different subjects, so, like, that's a cool feature that I think is really neat that they added. Like, there was a pour I had Dorothy digging for treasure, or to dig for anything and make some money for us. Because they have... Oh, they got a little bit of money there, right there. I can't read it. I'm looking at this after the fact, but they need money. Dorothy, it's okay. I mean, it's not okay, you just hit a water main, but... Go find a job, babe. Thank you, Rod, for the PC, but I don't have a desk. That's the law career. I could just barely make that out. Military career. I want Dorothy to have an office job. Mailroom. No, that's something... Or, no, I chose not to take it. I couldn't tell what that was. That's why I have to read those when I'm recording the video, because I can't read them when I'm watching back. Ultimately, we end up taking the file clerk job in the law career. She ends up only having that job for a day. I get a chance card and she fails it, so she gets fired. But you really have to take whatever job is available to you when you start this game. Like, you don't... It's not about follow your passion and do the thing that you want. For Diana, it is. She can paint. She spends the first few days just painting. And that's great for Diana. Eventually she does get a job. And ultimately, I think Dorothy ends up as a playground monitor. She's in the education career when we leave this off. But I really want her to be, like, in the business career as a mailroom technician. Like, that's the kind of job she would have. She doesn't... It's not a job she loves. It's not a job she does because she wants to. Like, it's... You gotta have a job. And the law career didn't work out. Yeah, I remembered I have to have a bookshelf so that we can study cooking, and I realized that it's important. I still haven't even switched the fridge yet. That comes eventually. Kind of wish Diana had gotten into the culinary career that she wanted there on the first day, but it doesn't end up happening. She ends up becoming a record store clerk, which is, I think, the slacker career. Which makes sense for Diana. She's not really... She gets promoted on her first day, if I remember right. Like, because she's got all that creativity skill, so she picked the right career to go with the skill that she has fixated on. And maybe eventually Dorothy will join a career that is more suited to her creative pursuits. Or she'll just become a full-time novelist. Just eventually we'll have the kind of steady income that... I'm going to try to do this also without money trees this time. Actually, I think I end up getting one for these too. So, as I'm saying that, disregard what I'm saying. I never painted any of the walls at all for them. I didn't waste money on it. And there's another video next that will go up the following Saturday. That is Sims 2. Where I do. The family that I start with, they actually spend money on doors and walls and windows, all kinds of things that aren't necessary, but you kind of want if you want a house that looks normal and isn't just a gray box. But you gotta start somewhere. And right now, this little studio shack is what they can afford. They got a lot of property. They'll grow into it. Way to go, Diana. So that's her first paint. I think it was like 14 simoleons. Diana already wants to adopt a baby, or Dorothy does. And Diana's not really big on kids. And Dorothy is going to be the one who wants a whole family. Dorothy does kind of the bulk of the cleaning. Diana's a bit of a slob. And that's when I realized that I'm going to have to change that mini fridge out, because I can't save those sandwiches, and I really want to save those sandwiches. Yep. Time to switch to a real fridge. We have the funds, so we might as well get it. I'm going with pink appliances, because that's what Diana would be. Diana's color is kind of pink, Dorothy's is blue. I have realized I needed another counter but I don't have the funds. And I think eventually here in a second I decide to sell the sink. They don't need the kitchen sink, really. Yep. It's not necessary. They can use the bathroom sink for the time being. Oh, and I guess I spent money on a second counter for some... Oh, I was going to try and get a sink. I'm not realizing that I can't afford it at all. But, alright. I'll just use the bathroom sink for the time being. I do have free will on, so I let the Sims in. Which is not the way I ever used to play. I used to be very anti-free will for Sims, because they do the most annoying things. And they quit doing the things that I want them to do. So we're gonna have their first woohoo. Or not, because... They don't have much in life, but they have each other. Dorothy's got like bunny buck teeth. Yeah, she's a file clerk right now. And I didn't realize this time the reason they're concerned about the rain is they don't have a roof. That's the thing that I always used to do in The Sims 2, is I forgot to make sure they had a roof. Because I know they have auto roofs, but they don't automatically put the roof on. You still have to put the roof on. But it will auto roof it. Or I think there is like an auto roof and I just need to turn it on. But For the longest time, they don't have a roof. They're just living in an open-air box. Because I used to make that mistake all the time, and until it rains for the first time or snows in the house, I don't realize that, they don't have a roof. Just looking up at the stars. Got him a phone, because sometimes you do get phone calls that will give you money. So, if we don't have a phone, we don't have access to that opportunity. And we need every little bit we can get. Everything helps. This is capitalism simulator with a more realistic economy. Sims 4 is so flippin' easy. I have to go out of my way to make it more challenging. This game is challenging enough. I don't have to add extra challenge to it. Managing a Sim's needs and having a job. And like I had a family that I play, the video that you'll see following Saturday after this one. That Teen Sim had a job for like a day, and I'm like, okay, we can't have a job and go to school. It's just not, it's very difficult to do, because you can't keep up with your homework and your needs and have a job. It's just better for the kid to just focus on school, get good grades. You can have a hobby that makes some money, you can paint, bring in some extra income that way. But really, you need parents who, she didn't want to sell a bad painting, but she did. It's not the end of the world, Diana. You'll get better. She's being rained on. Yeah, I just didn't understand why they kept doing the, oh, it's raining thing. No roof. Okay, here's the... Dorothy quickly gathers the files for Mr. Vandersow's big case. He will be arguing before the Grand Court of Sim City, and his paperwork all be ready in perfect order, else he may lose the case. God, the wording of this is terrible. Just before Dorothy plans to turn in the files, she realizes that Mr. Vandersow will only accept his files if they are ordered in a particular way. But how? There's the obvious choice, alphabetical order, but Dorothy also seems to remember something about Mr. Vandersow preferring his files to be ordered by color. How should Dorothy organize the files? We're going to go with alphabetical, because Dorothy's kind of logical, and I feel like that would be what she would assume. Mr. Vandersow's receptionist phones Dorothy and demands the files immediately. Dorothy is still busy trying to figure out the best way to organize the files, but the time is running out, and she decides alphabetization seems to be the simplest, most obvious fit. In her haste, Dorothy made the wrong decision. The receptionist, furious at the improperly organized files, throws them back into Dorothy's face and tells her it may be best if she work elsewhere. Dorothy is fired. Great. Super helpful. Poor girl. It's raining and you got fired and you're not feeling good about yourself. That's... Mother Nature's like, I get it. So Diana comes out here and tries to cheer Dorothy up. Be like, it's okay, we're gonna be fine. And it's after this that she gets the job as the playground monitor. She's not gonna stay in that career, but she at least is able to hold on to that job for a little bit. Diana knows how to cheer her up. Those bed sheets would be soaked. It would not be. It just... tickles me that there's no roof at this time. They're getting rained on. Insert inappropriate jokes here. And they're both doing the, why is it raining in the house? And I'm just like, lay on the bed, because I have plans for the two of you. We're gonna get your fun and your social taken care of. But first one, I think, was the education career. And that's why we're gonna go back and look at jobs. I wish there was a way to go back. Or to, like, circle through when you search for jobs, but that's not how it works. Toilet's clogged. Great. Find a job. Because you're unemployed now. One of the other things I like about Paralives is that, the paras get unemployment benefits. Yeah, playground monitor. Let's take that job. It's relatively easy, I think, because it doesn't start with a need for any skills, so... As long as your sim goes in a good... Oh, look, there's a puddle that just appeared because of the rain, and, is that what made me realize, finally? I think it was, yeah. And I'm like, oh, shit, there's no roof. Well, let's fix that. Alright, problem solved. See, this is why I hate Free Will, is Diana's going to stuff in her face when there's perfectly good mac and cheese right there. Just eat the mac and cheese. And it's no longer thunderstorming in the house, yay. They really need a dining table. They need a bedroom so that they can have a main living area. Oh, the shower's broken. No, I don't want your magazine, thanks. It's just more trash I have to get rid of every week. I've done that in my earlier Sims 2 videos. It's a mistake I'm gonna stop making that I stopped making back when I used to play The Sims 2 all the time. Yeah, nobody can really afford a TV when you start out. Like, you can't afford diddly squat. Thankfully, Diana has fun painting. So let me know in the comments below what you want to see from Diana and Dorothy going forward. Like, because Diana has the want to adopt a child, they're gonna eventually adopt a kid. But what other things, what do you see? Oh, Diana is struggling. Which feels true to her character. She's supposed to be mentally ill. She's supposed to be bipolar. And Dorothy has her hands full with her wife and later on a kid. But she's so in love with Diana that she tolerates what is eventually becomes borderline kind of abuse. Because Diana isn't controlled. She doesn't, And here's where I decide I can afford to buy a desk and get that computer from routed going. Trying to figure out where to put it though is not a lot of space. Eventually I move the easel. Put the desk in the corner there. Because I don't really want it in the middle of the room. And I can't afford the chair that I want. So I think it sits there for a little bit before we... Yeah, I don't think we move that until after Diana. Sell the phone. Sell the extra counter. Never mind. Get any chair. That way Dorothy can start writing novels, and that will help us. And I went with a wall-mounted phone, and I go into going with a pink one, because Diana's color is pink. And we kind of live our entire lives around what Diana wants. Dorothy is... So I could have gotten... I realize now I could have put it on the desk. I could have put the... Didn't think to do that. Eventually I get a burglar alarm as well and a fire alarm. Because those are necessary things in this game that until you get robbed and you have a fire, you kind of forget about. Good luck, Dorothy. I don't think she gets promoted day one, but I think she does get a promotion in this job before the end of this video. So I'm going to be home with Diana again. Like I said, Diana gets a couple days at home before. And here I am looking for a job for Diana just because we could use the extra income. And if she can get a job where she can work in like the afternoons, or I think there's part-time jobs, so I decided to have her look for a job here. Maybe she doesn't find a job today. Or we're going back. No, she can play video games. Alright, your phone's high enough, go paint. Oh, we need money, Diana. have much that was worth stealing, but that's because we don't have much that we don't want to lose anything. If they steal the computer, we're SOL.
Stopa! Ośtowla! Grakushka in the meantime. Shanta basta.
She's just gonna chill there and look so appealing. Might as well woohoo. I like her little low, like, slippered heels.
Aww.
Diana, you're in your underwear. But Diana has no shame. And they don't have a dresser. Like, the only way they can change clothes is if they take a shower. Back to looking for a job. What was that? She just farted. It's disgusting. She is a bit of a slob. Yeah, I didn't go over their personalities or anything with Create a Sim. We'll probably cover that intro of the next Diana and Dorothy episode. Don't know when that's going to be. I'll probably go record that after this, because this is making me want to go back and play them some more.
Shimini.
No promotion, but that's okay. Just getting a paycheck at all is good. It's not like it's a career you want to stay in anyway. Like, if Dorothy could be a full-time novelist and Diana a full-time painter, and they made enough that way, that would be ideal for them. So I'm already wanting to move on to a shower tub because their comfort is always so low, and the bathtub is a great way to get comfort up. My Sims take more bath. I would never take a bath. I'm not a bath person. And we finally have a couch. It's a garbage couch, but it's a couch. That's kind of a feature I wish this game had, is where you could, like, go. That's the cool thing about Paralives, is one day a week people put furniture and stuff outside their houses for trash day, and you can go take whatever furniture. Like, you don't have to necessarily buy it. It's a nice way to thrift, which is cool. I think the game it looks like it's shaping up to be a really good life simulator. So I'm excited to play it at some point. Dorothy's getting started on her first novel. It's a romance about a rich man in a city and a ghost. I don't know. And then it ends with a baby. I used to, when I try to come up with, like, a plot based on the pictures that I chose, and I was just clicking random. I don't know if it affects the quality of the novel. I never knew how novel writing really worked in this game because I never spent a lot of time on it. But I've got a couple Sims who are novelists, and I've got another Sim I'm gonna make, John Marshfield. He is a writer. He's a romance novelist. So I originally created him in The Sims 2 back in the day, and but I really played him and his family in The Sims 3, because writing in The Sims 3 was a lucrative side hustle, or just a lucrative job in general. They may not have much, but they have each other. So, whatever keeps them happy. Whatever keeps the psychiatrist away. They're making do with their little studio kind of apartment life, but not really an apartment. It's I bought a couch instead of upgrading the tub because we're just not there yet. I think the cheapest tub shower is like $1,600. It's not cheap. It's a bit pricey. But see, we rely heavily on leftovers. And that was one of the things that I always liked about this game, was that also, like, you can make meals outside of, which is a thing you can do in The Sims 4. And it's a thing I do a lot, like making pre-preparing food ahead of time. Especially when you have kids and you need to put food in the fridge so that a lot of my Sims 4 families, like, if they have jobs, they will pre-prepare food, stick it in the fridge for the kids, because when they get home from school, that way they have food to eat. Things are ready to go. It's a thing I did a lot here, too. Alright, get that cleaned up and then go to work. So far, we've not missed the carpool. That used to be a thing I did a lot because I play on 3-speed quite frequently. Are we looking for another job? Looking for the job again? Is this like day 3? Yeah, that's the record store clerk job. I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds like something that she could do. Got all that creativity skill. 3 days of painting, and she's doing pretty well already. I'm giving Kate a run for her money. Kate went to college and got all that creativity skill. Diana has no formal education. She graduated from high school, but that was the limit. Oh, and then I didn't realize that's Diana's job. She has to go to work today. I'm like, cool. That'll get us paid. But now
Dorothy
there's
has a
nobody
book
home.
she's been meaning to read on her desk
So
when
it's just
her
you and me
boss walks
sitting
by
here.
and asks to borrow it. Dorothy doesn't particularly feel like parting with it just now, but it is her boss that's asking should she lend him the book. She's gonna lend it. She isn't about to keep a book from her boss and decides to lend it. Her boss ends up losing the book and Dorothy never gets a chance to read it. Her film and literature enthusiasm decreases. Well, that's not that bad. It's better than being fired.
Yeah, I'd much rather lose hobby enthusiasm than lose my job. Because she's already lost one job in the past. We don't need her to do that again. Because that may send her into aspiration failure, although she doesn't have a fear of losing a job right now. But she should. She has a fear of writing a pulp novel. So let's just hope that... And look at that, Dan. I'm promoted to piano tuner.
Sul sul.
Time to upgrade the shower to a shower tub combo. We have the funds, so let's do it. Nope, that doesn't work. There we go. And it doesn't block the window, so perfect. So the other thing about this game that I had forgotten about is that they have to have space to get to everything. It's not like Sims 4 where they can just route through things. Which I kind of like, because that was a big headache of this game, was constantly having to make sure that, to question, like, is there space for them to use this item? Sanjay, why are you jumping rope in my house? We're asleep. Can you leave? But you've well overstayed your welcome. I wish in this game, like in The Sims 4, you could write songs with instruments so you can make side income on that too, because there's not a lot of side income in this game. There's novels, there's painting. That's kind of it. If you know of something else, like, let me know. But that's what I can remember at this point. programming in The Sims 4. There's all kinds of side income. I don't know how to get rich in this game other than to cheat. One of the things I was debating is, like, do I do like a UBI kind of thing for my Sims here? They get like 1,000 simoleons per sim per week. What do you know? What do you think about that? Or does that make it too easy, do you think? I like a utopian society where I like the idea of a universal basic income. So that their bills are paid and they don't have to fret and struggle, which is the thing about this game, is it's a challenge. But, or do we make this a utopia? Let me know. I'm curious. I won't probably pull the trigger on anything unless... I probably will do, like, if they're unemployed, I'll probably do like 1,000 a week. If my Sims are unemployed. Because I've done that in The Sims 4. Like, you can live on 1,000 simoleons a week. Even with a family. It's doable. As long as you're remotely responsible with their money.
Dag.
That's another question. Do you want me to be reading the pop-ups? Or do you not care? Like the job ones, I will butt in. But I'm saying, like, the notifications in the top right. Is that a thing you want me to be spending my time on as well? Or... Yeah, I think I get them a money tree here, because I'm like, well, everybody's got some points, but I want to get the... Because I always forget, like, this lifetime aspiration benefits. And this is where I'm like, okay, yeah, Dorothy needs the business instincts so that she can have an 80% better chance of getting the right answer on the chance cards. Because those chance cards will destroy you. And I do get a money tree for them here. That's not necessary, they don't really need it. I just had some points to spend, so I decided to spend them. I think Sanjay gets the first simoleons off of it. Because Dorothy was just reading yes. Thanks, Sanjay.
Lee Blonnet.
Hello, Shanna.
Renahana.
Lumba. Astatiki.
Dan was blogging about arts and crafts. And I just kind of left her doing that because I totally forgot. It's important to do their wants, because if they get aspiration failure, they're a nightmare to deal with.
Black will run.
Keeping the spark alive. It's not a terrible existence, but it could be better. It will be eventually. things from this in The Sims 4 is being able to queue up tasks, but with tasking, you can't really do that. We are about at the end here, so as always, we are working towards monetization on this channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Every little bit you do helps. We are trying to get monetization so that I can afford to live. I am part-time employed and I'm surviving, but I could be doing better. It would be nice. If you can help me achieve that, I would greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're looking forward to more Sims 2. And I'm gonna keep these more as long play episodes where it's just me playing the game. Should they adopt a cat? And Dorothy has just finished her book. It's another thing you can do. In the comments below, leave me book titles. Keep them short, because it doesn't allow much. I don't remember what I went with here. I love stroke, I think.
Na fluktu.
Thank you for watching.
Like that.
Vegetium sintala shigili.
Never, never, Galaxy. Surtout, I don't need never.
Bring it off.
Sweet happy potete. Sembra dalla bocca alla sì.
Yeah, check it out. Peanut.
Hey, Papa.
Look, Nina. Ah, twins.